Hi, I'm Shaul. If you are familiar with my channel, you know I sometimes talk about photography as a means of expression, of the art aspects of photography, if you will. There's a big elephant in this room that so far I've refrained from addressing. AI generated images. It's not only an elephant, it seems to suck a lot of oxygen. AI generated images have become much more realistic in the recent few years. And that technology raises the question, what's the point in photography anyway, when it's so easy to create a simulation of a photograph that looks just like a photograph. But to generate it, you don't need a camera. You don't need to make the effort of going out into the world, of constructing a scene or observing a scene, of telling a story that is based on the real world. It's much easier to just type in a prompt and end up with more or less the same result. I don't want to delve too deeply in the philosophy of art. I want to keep this discussion practical. So let us look at the mechanics of generating the final result in either of these ways. With photography, it's straightforward. We have a mechanical device that captures light reflected from surfaces and processes this signal to end up with a representation of the world in a manner that resembles what our eyes see. It's a mechanical process. AI generated images are created in a rather different manner. You type a prompt or a set of instructions of what the result should look like, what it should include. Then the program looks at a vast set of classified images and picks out elements that are likely related to each other to fill in the frame. The image is created from scratch. It is synthesized by this process of selection. Related or likely related elements are collected and bound together in a manner that resembles a photographic composition. The resulting image is a consensus that looks plausible. AI-generated imagery is always generic. It's not specific. It lacks friction with reality. So it is a product of synthesis, not of a representation of the real world. AI cannot experience, it cannot feel, it doesn't have any emotion. So if you look at it closely, you can see that it's only a shell. It is most evident when the depicted subjects, if they are human, look at the camera. You can see something eerie, something unnatural in their eyes. There's no expression. There's no emotion. Those synthesized depictions of human beings look like aliens or robots. AI-generated images are very clean in more than one sense. They are clean because they only include elements that are plausible to be part of the image. There is nothing out of place. There is no sense of randomness that is so typical of reality. There is no chaos. Everything is well put together, organized, in a manner that is perhaps hyper-realistic. AI is trained on a vast set of photographs, of real photographs. But I suspect that most those photographs are highly processed. They are made to be presentable. They are cleaned up of any noise. They are highly detailed. They are flat because most of them are photographed with clinical flat lenses. So the algorithm synthesized images that are characterized by exactly the same aesthetics. And here comes the big difference between real photographs created with a camera and synthetic image making or image emulation made with those AI algorithms. Photography's strength is in communicating experience that includes a conscious point of view. In other words, the strength of photography is in authorship, while the strength of AI is in illustration. I would argue that AI-generated imagery can easily replace some genres of photography. I'm talking about functional genres, such as reproduction, such as product photography, where the purpose of the image made is to describe a place or an object or a subject. AI can be tailored to do just that. It is more flexible than the process of posing or constructing a scene, and therefore it might be more efficient in achieving that goal. That often does not stand for itself. It often serves as a mean to sell something. On the other hand, authored genres of photography, such as documentary photography, street photography, photojournalism, combine the truth of reality, actual lived experiences, with a singular point of view, with a singular timing that determines what the photograph will look like, what it will include or exclude. In authored genres of photography, there is always some chaos, some elements that are just there, that are not really selected. Real photographs are often rich in indexicality, which is cues or traces left in the image that infer meaning. For example, real-world surfaces are often dusty, dirty, not clean and shiny like they appear in AI-generated images. And all that imperfection creates a sense of reality. Looking at a surface creates a tangible, tactile feeling that enriches the image with an unconscious haptic response by the viewer. Looking at the texture of surfaces, we can almost feel them in our hands. We can get a very clear impression of what it is like to touch them. Another type of indexicality is traces of the optical process used to create the photograph. One of the best examples coming to mind is motion blur. AI-generated images rarely use this optical flow, but in real situations, motion blur is often a sign of the passage of time, of low light, of the urgency of making the image, even when light conditions are poor. It is a strong signal to the viewer that this was a real situation depicting a lived experience. Motion blur can also infer emotion, the appearance of grain or noise in images taken at low light is a well-known convention of photography. It has a way of making textures more realistic. If the noise is not too prominent, it makes images feel more tactile, more gritty, and therefore more real. If grit or noise is something that you will not see in AI-generated images that strive to be hyper-realistic or very detailed and clean and clear. Same goes for other optical flaws involved in the process of making a physical photograph, like barrel distortion or sun flares. I think that dirty photography, what this channel is about, has become more relevant since the advent of AI imagery. Because all those imperfections, all those cues to the real world, this high level of indexicality included in photographs, makes real images taken with a camera more distinctive, more photographs communicating lived experience, real human emotion, should be flawed in many ways, like we are flawed. The world around us is full of chaos, of unpredictability, uncertainty, and that should be conveyed through the photographs we make. We shouldn't think of excluding distractions. Our work should be more inclusive, more true to life. And part of it is using the right tools to tell true stories with a human point of view. We should refrain from making our photographs too perfect. We should keep in mind what our eyes and minds work like, and try to emulate it with the tools we use. This is why I am such a strong proponent of using imperfect optics that have a way of showing us the world in a true-to-life manner, in a manner that is similar to how our eyes work. We should embrace technical flaws like noise, like distortion, and other cues to the process, the physical process of creating a real photograph. We should be specific in our work, making photos of things we care about, that represent our values. We shouldn't be afraid of being authors rather than painters. We should really participate in the process of making photographs, dirty our hands a little bit. Think about it. The invention of photography about 190 years ago liberated painting from the need to be realistic. It resulted in a flourishing of art. Some of the best paintings were made in the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century. Same goes for AI-generated images. It might free photography from the need to be illustrative. And now photography can be used to its full potential to tell compelling stories of actual places, situations, of depicting a moment in time that has some transcendental meaning, communicating lived experience. This is what photography is all about. Right, I think that will be all for today. If you liked the contents of these videos, the ideas I shared here, please consider buying me a coffee. It's a nice gesture between gentlemen. There's a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and see you again soon.